Welcome to training on the UCaaS Customer Administration Portal 3.0. This video will deal with user administration. This will be a specialized lesson to teach you the different parts of user administration. By the end of this lesson, the following topics will be discussed. Defining users, devices, and seats in the context of the CAP. How to add, edit, and delete user profiles. Assigning licenses to users. How to associate users to seats or extensions with services, and some of the limitations to the user database within the CAP. In the context of the Customer Administration Portal, there are a couple of terms that need to be clarified. A user is the identity of a possible member of the PBX. The first and last name fields form the label used in internal caller ID within the system, while the email address is important for sending messages from the portal. The user may choose to build a username to access the Customer Administration Portal as either an end user or an administrator. An extension refers to the address for a service of a phone endpoint. This could be a physical desk phone or a soft phone client. Either way, there are ways to customize the extensions themselves. And seat refers to the set of services in the switch database, that set of code that governs how the phone system functions. The seat controls how calls are handled, so it technically holds the extension and direct dial number for the device. The process of activation, in fact, is the process of associating the physical MAC ID of a particular device to an already established seat. Likewise, the user is assigned to the seat itself and can use the physical device that is associated to it. Please keep these terms in mind as we look at user administration. The Administration and Access subsection in the Administration category is your first stop for handling users. Let's look at what is presented here. You can see a list of the users in your system, a few users at a time. And if you focus on one in the list, you will see sections of this user profile. The name and email address, as well as a portrait if they've uploaded one, is visible on the left. In the center, you will find all the seats and some of the services that have been assigned to this user. In this case, Melissa has a personal hosted fax and one extension. A little further to the right, and you can see some details about Melissa. She has a login to the Customer Administration Portal, as is evidenced from her username. She also has the admin role and is active. Incidentally, this is the user that we are logged in as. To explore the user deeper, we can follow the edit link on the far right. This will open up a menu for us to edit this user. The Edit and Manage User Settings window will open atop the administration screen. Let's look at what we can do with this window. At the top, we have first name, last name, and email address fields. If Melissa changes her name, or we had misspelled it initially, or if we need to change her email address, we can do it here. We can see but not edit the username she has set up. Whenever you make a change, you need to save with the green button at the bottom. The next section is read-only and shows the services and seats that have been assigned to this user. Then, we have some tags that can be assigned to the user. These tags have absolutely no function on the phone system itself, but they add metadata that can be used when sorting and searching the user list. The role of the user is next and can be changed from end user to admin and back at your whim. This level of access only has bearing for those who log into the Customer Administration Portal. At the bottom, you will have the option to add licenses to this user. In this example, there's a call center, and the associated agent licenses need to be assigned. Let's look at this in a little more detail. When you expand the call center settings, you'll see some parameters. These are all dependent upon the licenses that have been added to the PBX. If you must add additional licenses, contact your sales professional. In this example, we are looking at call center licenses, but a similar section will appear if you have receptionist client or other license-based services. First, the drop-down menu will let you assign the license to one of the extensions associated with Melissa. In our case, she only has one extension, but it is possible she could have multiple ones. Since the PBX only has one agent license available, you can click the button here to assign this available license. Remember to save after you make any changes that you wish to apply. When changes are saved, they take effect immediately. Back to the Administration and Access view, there are a few more things that we can do. For users that do not have services assigned to them, you can remove that user with the Remove link. If you wish to remove a user that has extensions assigned, you must reassign them first. Otherwise, the Remove link will not appear. For users who have created a username, you, as an admin, can send a reset password link to their email with the Reset Password button. It is a best practice to verify you have entered the email address correctly before sending the password reset. For users who have not set up a username, you can send a welcome email to them, which will allow that user to create a login in the CAP. Once again, validating you have entered the correct email address before sending the welcome message is a best practice. Finally, you can add new users with the plus user button at the top. This opens a menu that looks identical to the Edit and Manage User Settings window we accessed from the Edit link, except it will not have details for licensing yet, because there are no extensions assigned at this point. There is no practical limit to the number of users that this database can support, but holding on to superfluous users will make your list longer, which means you will have to wade through unnecessary data when you assign users to extensions, which is what we're going to look at next. To assign users to seats, we will use the Manage Phone System subsection of the Services category. Here we see a list of the seats, their extensions, and their associated users. To assign a user, we will use the Reassign link, which will then give you a drop-down menu of all available users so you can select the one that you would like. This list of users is drawn from the database we worked with in the Administration and Access subsection. In this manner, it is important that you define your users before you attempt to assign them to seats. As an administrator, you can also change the extension numbers for individual seats. Press the extension itself and then enter the desired number, between 2 and 5 digits. There are some limits to the extensions you choose, for example. You cannot pick an extension that's already in use, so we could not make Holly have extension 41, as Daryl already has that one. Also, there will be some reserved extensions, like 411 and 911. The system will prevent you from making these changes and will give you a warning message to tell you why it could not complete your request. Once a user has been reassigned or an extension changed, all references to that extension will be changed automatically. This can take about 20 seconds in some cases, but the portal will let you know when these changes have completed. There is no need to hunt down the individual user in various groups or auto attendants because those references will have changed automatically. Thank you for viewing this lesson on user administration in the Customer Administration Portal 3.0. Be sure to check out our other videos for more information.